Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Terezi E.
Thank you, Cornsey, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf references a meme or says he talked about this on the au jus, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast or blames his kids for something, you drink. And if I swear or say here's the thing, you drink. Also, you can make any of us shut up for 5 whole minutes by tipping $5. And you can make all of us drink with a tip of $1.08. And speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking? Beef Loaf, I'm going to kick it to you first. What are you drinking, buddy?
Baby, My Sock Summer saw this because it came into my home for a little while today, but I somehow ordered a bunch of cases of wine, and with that, I ordered a bunch of Sauvignon Blanc. So that's what I'm going to drink today because it feels like summer outside, and Sauvignon Blanc is for the summer. A delicious, crisp white wine. That's what we're going to have. Those are the vibes I got right now. I got summer vibes right now,
MSS, I'm out on this, all right? Because you know what's fucked up here? Guy takes the day off from the au jus, and now he's trying to bring the au jus to our podcast.
I'm going to jus you guys right now.
I don't like it. What do you think, My Sock
I'll get my au jus all over you guys.
I'm gonna call him Beef Crawford or Kim Loaf. I'm not sure. Is that from
It's
Marlboro?
not Kim Crawford. This is Turley.
But
this
is
is
it
from Turley?
Turley? Okay, I bought some Turley in on my days. Did you? Is that from Marlboro County or whatever the fuck, or Marlboro or however they say it?
That's Napa, right?
No, it's actually
It's just Napa.
Yeah, it's just Napa. So
it's not like bourbon or something where it has to be produced or champagne where it has to be produced in a certain place.
No,
like a certain time. Okay.
No. Certain grapes.
I mean, the champagne, you're right, it has to be produced in a certain area. But
right,
yeah,
like in
and the
France,
champagne police will destroy your Miller High Life for calling it the champagne of beers.
So we hear, goodness.
MSS, what are you drinking, buddy?
So I think it's a very special thing. Drinking some New Riff because I was at that distillery holding back my pukes while I was tasting my 17th sample. So I thought, like, they gave us everything, right? Like, you tried everything they produced there. And when I got to the end and I was doing the Balboa Rye, which is like very spicy and very
Balboa
like,
Rye.
Right? Balboa Rye.
I like the Clubber Lang Rye a lot better.
How was the Apollo Creed Rye?
No, but so I'm in it and I take a sip and I'm like, I better go get some more water. And then I'm up there and I'm like, there's a trash can right there. I wonder if anyone's ever puked while they're like tasting this stuff. And I was like, probably not, because most people have class and I don't. But so I was like right up there and then I tried it. But they're regular release. Their first one, I tried everything they have. I still like their original recipe, the first bottle. You know, like the not like single barrel, barrel proof, none of that shit. Just the regular fucking bourbon from New Riff. It is still the best. And if you like sweet bourbon, sweet finished bourbons, they're fucking great. Terezi, what are you drinking, buddy?
I'm drinking a Pacifico.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite summer beers, so I'm getting down with that. No Tecate today. I went and grabbed a 12er yesterday, but right before we did the playback, and I was like, oh, this looks good. I'm gonna get down on this. And got a few left, so I'm going to get through those. Should be quite a delicious time. I'm excited for it.
Do you put fruit in your Tecate? Do you put a lime in there or no?
If there's a lime laying around, I wouldn't deny it.
Okay.
But I have no limes right now. I might get scurvy. So call an ambulance if I start to seize up.
Thoughts and prayers.
Gotta be careful.
MSS, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't have like a really solid, like bands here back and forth.
We can tell.
I've been sitting here thinking about like.
Sorry to catch you off guard.
Yeah, you did. Like I didn't know that
What time is it?
we were going to do that tonight. No, I really, things have been going pretty good. Like, we had a good time out in Cincinnati, and we've had a really busy time, and I'm getting all my shit ready. We got the girls' dual birthday party plus bobblehead giveaway, plus Jose Abreu in town on Saturday, starting Friday, but then also Saturday. Yeah, your boy is like all ready to go. Like, just chopped up the 100 milligram edible that I was given into ninths, because I'm like, I'm probably just going to get high tomorrow night instead of getting drunk, because I can't afford to be hungover on Saturday. I have too much shit to do, so I'm being smart. And to go along with the Cincinnati not, puking, I've grown up. So I'm not that immature My Sock Summer that we have come to love. I am now grown. So
man, did he turn into such? Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what I just heard? I just heard he doesn't have banter tonight, and he can't drink tomorrow night because of his kids.
Very much. Everyone have a drink.
yes, absolutely correct. I was going to say, what a huge pussy this man's turned into. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, I can't do that. I won't do this. I can't do this. But it's all your own choices. It's not even like, it's just like the limitations of your body is what it is. It's just like
you saw my body from behind running those hills this morning. I look
did.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fucking
cat-like. You're moving all right, baby. Okay.
I look like a Wolverine.
Beef, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I should be doing better because weather and everything, and I got the beautiful white wine. But my pets are fucking underwhelming me lately. I showed you guys one thing before the show. I'll put it up close to the camera. I got a big scratch on my hand because I'm petting Cappuccino on his stomach, and he's loving it, and he's having a great time until he's not loving it, and he takes a big swipe at me, and he like slices me, and I don't notice that I'm bleeding right away. I walk in the other room because obviously you don't stay in there with a disgruntled cat who just took a swat at you. And then there's blood like pouring out of my hands. Besides that, though, the pets are barfing at a higher level than normal. Not a level in which I'm worried I got to take them to the vet, or Mrs. Beef has to take them more than likely. It's more that they're just annoying me with how much they're puking. And the cats, the way that they have a soupy vomit, trees. They soupy barf from the cats.
Disgusting.
It's really gross to clean up. And even Morton's getting in on the act. Morton's generally not a big barfer. But I look today, I go in the other room, and Morton has 2 blobs of food that he's barfed. Now, when Morty barfs, I almost want to scrape it up, put it right back in his plate, and see if he'll even notice it. Let it cool down a little bit after all the heat from inside of him, and see if he actually notices. But what's that?
I'm the thrifty one.
Well, I don't actually do that, MSS. I'm tempted to do that, but I don't actually do that. So
MSS, we need a beef loaf. My cats ruin everything.
Morton's involved too. Morton's a big pain in the ass too, vomiting everywhere. I'm gonna think through the new pet rating. I'm gonna put it out maybe after the show, but they're struggling as a group. They're on the fucking struggle bus with all the stuff they're doing to me lately.
God, poor Andy and his spaghetti. Ma's spaghetti. Is it Ma's spaghetti? I wonder. That's what I wonder.
Oh boy, it's quite the time you guys are having. I'm doing fine. How you doing fine, by the way, guys.
I didn't know if
whoever wants to ask.
I was trying to give it to him.
No, I'm doing good. But I realized that, like, as an internet society, we just can't have fun anymore. We just can't find the fun in things anymore. And I'll give you an example. So yesterday, a tweet went out with a video, and it's stupid ass Colin Cowherd and whoever he had on his show, and the guy asks him, Colin, what are the 3 American cities you'd want to live in?
Yeah.
What 3 American cities would you want to live in? And so the first one was Chicago. And this guy goes into something about Chicago being Afghanistan and everything. And everyone immediately loses their mind and has to tweet about that. Has to go after him. Everybody's on this motherfucker about this. And you all missed the fun part of that clip. Because he asked them the top 3 American cities he wants to live in. You know what they were? They were Chicago, L.A., and Vancouver.
Oh,
Fucking Vancouver.
America
is
North,
one of
huh?
his favorite American cities. That's an American city. He wants to, guy doesn't even know where America is. And like we're worried about this other guy saying
North America.
something stupid.
Maybe that's what he meant. North America.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he meant. If it was like that time we were talking about hockey, and we're like, yeah, think about all the teams that have left Canada, and we're like, Quebec, and at the time Winnipeg didn't have a team. We're like Winnipeg, and one guy was like Hartford, and I was like,
Nope.
no, that's
wrong answer.
Connecticut is here. It's in America.
Still hasn't been occupied yet by Canada.
Just incredible.
Ridiculous.
Just incredible that like the whole internet lost their mind about the stupid, like tons of people say stupid shit about Chicago.
Yeah.
Very few people confuse Vancouver for an American city. I think that's a lot more fun. We could have had so much fun with this. Instead, we're all yelling at each other.
We missed it.
Well,
I mean, I'm not yelling at anybody. I'm
Fuck
just
that
kind of
guy.
watching the sparks fly. But like at the end of the day, I thought the Vancouver thing was hilarious, and we all missed it. We all missed it because we're too angry at each other. Calm down. Calm down. It's gonna be all right.
question. How many people do you think that were like a month and a half ago were saying Chicago's dead, fuck Chicago, they suck, we're going into the bloodbath, and then went at that guy for talking shit about Chicago and was like, fuck you, I can curse out my city, but you cannot curse out this city? You think there's like there's some crossover or no?
Only like 70%. Only like 70%.
That's kind of a rule, though. You can make fun of your own stuff, but other people making
Right.
fun of it, you want to throw hands when that shit happens. That's generally how life is, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I generally don't get mad about, like when someone says some shit about Chicago, I'm like, I don't care. They
don't know what they're talking about anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, like, it's like when people from St. Louis say their pizza is better than our pizza. Come on.
Oh, that's just
Like,
silly.
What? There's no use arguing about.
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to
This is
take
just
that
a
seriously.
stupid person. I don't care.
What are we? 5? Come on.
We're gonna stomp on some idiot.
I mean, Little
right, we
Caesars
gotta-
isn't even from Chicago. Or from
We got a couple
St.
drinks to
Louis.
catch up on.
All right, let's do it.
Cheers.
We got Dougie. Cheers.
Dougie.
Oh, Douglas, cheers, my friend.
And another person from the Cincy road trip, Marge.
Oh,
Cheers.
Marge, cheers. Marge.
Great time down there. Now, I want to make an offer to the viewers on YouTube right now.
Live viewers, baby.
Live viewers. I love the live viewers. Look, the live show is what it's all about. In fact, you'll see My Sock Summer made a beautiful new bumper for us, and it says the From the 108 live show because we want you here. We want you here for the live show. And I'm going to give you guys a quick offer. It's one time only. We're not going to do 4 like we did before. Not before, like last time we offered this 4 times we had to do this. We're only doing this one time.
Yeah.
And the ad read that he's about to do does not count in this. But if you want 5 solo minutes of My Sock Summer,
Yeah.
one time low price, and we're only going to do one of them. So if someone puts it up, no need to put more.
You
I
can.
mean, we would take it,
But you don't have to.
You'll only get one
But you only get
5
5
minutes of My Sock Summer.
Yes.
$18.
$18.
$18.
Wow.
$18.
That's
$18. It's a massive deal.
Yep.
It's a massive
huge deal.
We're going to
Wow,
get
what a
5
discount.
solo minutes of My Sock Summer. I want to make it happen tonight. I just want 5 minutes of new riff drinking My Sock Summer tonight. So someone make it happen. But in the meantime, My Sock Summer, why don't you pay some bills, buddy?
All right, bud. It begins with the senses. Design is the ultimate expression of everything Mazda stands for. The first ever Mazda CX-90 was designed to curate and elevate every experience you share with it. The flagship 3-row SUV has been carefully crafted to exhilarate through an incredible alchemy of design, technology, and performance. 3 sources of power. Mazda devotes itself to engineering that anticipates and responds as an instantaneous extension of you. The Mazda CX-90 offers 2 powertrains, the turbo inline-6 engine that comes in 2 variations of differing power, and an all-new plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. All 3 vehicles are born from a tireless devotion to enhance and amplify every drive with every emotion they evoke. Want to know more? Head on over to www.mazdarolandpark.com and browse their online inventory. Right now, there are over 110 new and Mazda certified used vehicles for sale. And while you are there, you can also request more information about specific vehicles, value your trade, or inquire about financing. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
I love it.
Yes.
The people get what they want, bro.
That's right.
So Aloha Mr. Hand was in there right away. Just immediately. And so
course.
cheers Aloha.
Yes. Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.
Yump was right behind. Yump, I mean, like, we probably owe you a drink for this when we see
Cheers.
it. Marge right in there too. Same. We get
Says
you a
MSS
drink
is
this
mine. Today's
Wow.
payday.
Hell yeah.
week. And of course, Gordo's there with the 100 meg and the 1999.
Slam
Cheers, my
another
friend.
third of that Meg.
Yo. I didn't take any tonight.
Hit some more edibles.
He wanted me
And
to take
oh
it.
shit!
And I'm like, I can't
And
do it.
we got
Oh,
Jared
shit.
is right behind.
Yes.
Man, this is it's like a fucking rave concert or some shit.
You know what's bad? I keep doing all these drinks, and I feel like I need to drink a little bit extra for the beautiful amount of these.
Yeah.
I did go to a happy hour before this, so it's gonna go up.
Hello.
I mean, Drunk Chorizy at the end of the
makes me
show
happier.
is the best one. This
Just
is
a
best
couple,
Chorizy.
just a couple old
Post show
fashions.
MSS. Post show.
Oh my
Just a
God.
couple old fashions before I got here.
Couple three. Couple
2 tree. Couple 2 tree. Don't worry, I didn't pass out. Let's just get another beer.
Two tree.
All right, 1 second,
All right.
my suck summer. I will set you
my
up.
timer
And,
up.
What are you gonna talk about, man? You gonna talk about Cincy?
I'm going to talk 100% about Cincy.
Oh,
I'm going to
baby.
kick off the Cincy talk.
Do it.
All right. So hey, we roll out there on Friday, and the wife is gets sick. She can't go. So MSS is going to either drive solo or he's going to ride with somebody. And luckily, Wally Money is like, hey, I can drive you if you just get down here. I'm like, sweet. So I get dropped off, load up in the car. We get into the car. Miss Wally Money, all right, well, girlfriend, and makes 2 from scratch breakfast burritos for us, and that's what we have when we're in there, and that is just like the greatest time. So like I get handed a warm breakfast burrito in the back of the car, and it's like I just ate the shit out of that. That thing was great. Roll into the city, get in. We do not stop the entire way. We drive straight through. We don't even stop, right? We get gas before we even leave Chicago Indiana, and then we go straight through. We park at the hotel. I get out. My legs are popping and locking. Like I was like an 80s breakdance crew. I'm just like crack, 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 crack. And I get out and look out. There's a big-ass van or a big-ass bus right in front of where Wally parks. They have fans roped off right there. All White Sox fans. And I'm like, oh shit, the White Sox are staying at our hotel. And I'm like, this is going to be fucking crazy. So I walk up, I pull out my luggage, I fucking walk over right by all the guys, and I'm like, hey guys, no autographs right now. Let me get a beer first, and then I'll come down and sign anything you want. And they all were like, oh. And I was like, you fucking losers. And so then I roll into the hotel, check in. MSS is alone. No kids, no wife, just chilling. What's the first thing I do? No, absolutely not. Just chill out. Just sit down on the bed, and I'm like excited. Get some ice from the ice machine and pour myself one of those fucking Mountain Dews. Anyway, long story short, we go to the first night. First night is awesome. We go to that bar. We take over that fucking bar, which is like everything I've always wanted to do. This was just, we just walk in there, and we just become the people. And those guys loved us. And we had a good time, drank a shitload, fucking totally had a great night, fucking rolling home after, whatever. I'm drunk. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't be drinking. I was drinking vodka seltzer or tequila seltzers by the end of the night. I don't like tequila. And I'm like, this is silly. I need to go home. I'm getting hammered. Roll home. And I'm like, getting a little flux going. Got some flux. And I'm like, I got to eat. Maybe I should eat something. Calm down this flux. And what's good for that but late night bar food? So I go into the hotel and I ask the people at the front desk, I'm like, hey, where is there a late night menu at the bar in there? And they're like, yeah, actually there is. If you want to go in and have something, go for it. And I was like, sweet. I roll in there, and who's sitting at the bar? Lucas Giolito and Michael Kopech. And I'm like, I'm not eating anymore because I can't eat in front of these guys, but I'm going to drink some more. And so I ordered up some Buffalo Trace, told the guys, hey, drinks on me. if you want to drink. And they just skirted it away a little bit. They're like, oh, yeah, maybe we shouldn't. No, probably. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll take it. And just sat there with Lucas Giolito and Michael Kopech talking about stuff that I can't talk about in the podcast because I told them I wouldn't. Nothing juicy. They're both great guys. Also lost about, I don't know, probably 15 minutes of my life just staring into Michael Kopech's beautiful eyes. And like, he might be one of the nicest people I've ever met. This guy was just insane. And Alexis is correct. Right behind me was Lance Lynn. So I'm like, okay, I got to talk to this guy. Like he's been on the score. I've been on the score. Him before me. I followed him. I had to go up into the Lance and said, hey, they called you the big bastard, and then they said the fat bastard is next, and that is my sock summer from the 108, and which is a lie, but you have to have a good story to back it up. And he was like, "Oh man, I can't believe they did you like that." And I said, "Yeah, that Shane Reardon's a complete dickhead." But no, I didn't even say that because I might have. I don't know. I was pretty hammered. Anyway, I get fucking done. I fucking after I'm done with the drinking, go home and or go up to the room, go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, hung over as fuck. If I was going to puke, that was the time to puke. Did not puke. Fucking rallied. I had drunkenly signed up to go on the new riff tour with Dougie because Dougie's like, hey, listen, they only give you 2 samples. And I'm like, sweet, I can hang with 2 samples because what I don't need is my Sock Summer having 6 samples or 7 samples or 8 samples and then deciding, hey, you know what? I'm going to have a couple old fashions and then go to this game and drink all night. And then I'm going to be a fucking mess on Sunday when I have to go home. That's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun for anybody. So we go and try all this stuff. I get to see all this shit. Fucking unbelievably fun. Dope. Everything is just awesome. New Riff, I love it. So we go to New Riff. The guys from New Riff used to run a liquor store, which is actually in the parking lot of the New Riff distillery. This motherfucker is the size of a Jewel Osco, and it is all liquor. Just all liquor. It was the craziest fucking thing. Went in there, bought a lot of bottom shelf benchmark bourbons that I'm going to try at a different time. Bought some other stuff that I've tried since then, and it is definitely going to be a good mixer. So I'm going to have some good mixers that go into some drinks later. Now, we go to the game. Now, this is the best thing about Cincinnati that I found. They trust you. And I don't know how to deal with people that trust you when you're walking into a baseball game. I'm holding a bag, which I have like all the, the koozies, and I have the 108 flag. I have our business cards. I have, all this bullshit, right, that I have to take in, or I'm taking with me because I like to promote our brand. And I go up to the people and I'm go, here's my bag. You can look at it. And they're like, no, you're fine. Let's go ahead. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. That happened Friday. And I was like, okay, well, this has been a Friday thing. This is Saturday now. I'm going to try it Saturday. Go up there. Hey, here's my bag. They're like, no, you're good. Go right ahead. We can see right through it. It's fine. We don't need to look at it. You didn't set off the alarm. You're good. Just go right ahead. And I'm like, I don't know how to feel trusted. Like, I felt like I should have snuck in a bottle of booze just because I could, but I didn't. I'm like, I don't need that. I'm gonna get hammered. So go up to the guy that's giving out the Funko Pops. We got the little Johnny Bench Funko Pop. And I told him, I was like, I got 3 tickets. And I'm like, hey, the kid and the wife had to run use a restroom real quick. Can I just get their bobble or get their Funko Pop? And the guy's like, yeah, you can do that. Here's 3 bobblehead, or here's 3 Funko Pops. And I'm like, that was the simplest fucking thing I've ever had to do. I'm like, I might become a Cincinnati Reds fan just for this. But no, I can't do that. But anyway, that was great time. The getting into the park was easy. They have wide open entrances. You can just walk right in. One thing that I thought that was a little weird is the little Bud Light seltzers were $12.99, and the one that was 3 times as big, which like 24 ounces, I think it was $2 more. So I had to go with the bigger one. It was just it seemed like a waste not to spend $2 extra to drink all that, dark cherry, Bud Light seltzer, which was just, at the end of that can, whew. Anyway, fun times. They got the nice little outdoor seating area or drinking area. Again, something that would be just awesome and really fun in Chicago, but just didn't. They just don't trust us here for some reason.
Tremendous 8 minutes.
Yeah, right? Tremendous. And you know what I didn't even get to? This is what I didn't get to, is that my Sock Summer, not only did I not puke, and I grew up, But I also learned something. If you sell the giveaways immediately, if you post them in your seat at the park, you can sell them for a much higher price than you can later if you try to sell them later at a different price, right? So I figured out the market, sold every freaking giveaway before we even got back to Illinois. It was the greatest fucking trip ever. Like, everyone I had was sold before I got here.
I love hearing My Sock Summer talk about stuff like this because he's unique in this way. Like, he found the seltzer deal being in a park for a day. Like, he went to the park once and he found the best deal in the house, like, immediately. He found the worst deal and the best deal all at one time. He swindled the park staff out of Funkos, and then he, before leaving the stadium, was trying to sell them.
Online.
Yeah, online, of course. Yes.
Yeah. They were thirsty, man. The Cincinnati Reds fans were thirsty. And I swear to God, our guy Burke, he told us, he was like, Shy Burke, he's like, oh, dude, good luck getting the giveaway, man. The lines are fucking insane. And so I'm like, oh, that son of a bitch. And so I tell Mr. Hand that. And we roll in. And we get them immediately, and there's no lines. And I sent him back a text. I was like, ha, great joke. And then he came down. He's like, dude, did you get one? I was like, yeah, I fucking got 3 of them. And he's like, oh, man, the lines over there were so horrible, bro. We didn't even get one. And I was like, you weren't joking? Because over here it was wide open. They had fucking pallets of them. You could have got as many as you wanted, clearly, because I did. And he was like, no. So it's a weird thing, you know, like how that worked. I did. I got ice from the ice machine. The funny part about that is the guy that was working housekeeping did not speak English at all, like not even a little bit. And I said to him, I go, ice machine? And he goes, yeah, call. I go, oh, call the front desk and they'll give me ice? And he goes, yeah, call front desk. And I'm like, okay. And the woman that was cleaning the room comes out and goes like, no, it's like 4 doors up. Just go 4 doors up, and there's an ice machine there. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
I just imagine MSS at the ice machine like Kevin from The Office, where he's just got his feet in the ice machine, just like cooling off those dogs after a long day of being in the car.
I mean, it's pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. How did you guys enjoy Cincinnati? Did you have a good time too?
I liked a lot of the same stuff that you liked. You know, like was like, you know, getting in the stadium really quickly was great.
Oh my God.
You know, they didn't like dig through bags, which was welcomed by I think every woman that was on the trip. They didn't get their purse like completely gone through. I didn't bring in a bag of food here, but you know, if I did, they wouldn't have gone through it like they do at Comiskey, which is weird. But yeah, so I like that. The park's cool. It's a small place. I thought the grab and go beer was good, but they have some weird rules there.
Yes, it's a little much.
You can only buy 2 at a time, and I'm not saying 2 per person. I'm saying the register only allows you to buy 2 at a time. So if you're there with 6 people, you got to run through 6 times, even if you're buying the whole round. Kind of weird, but it was quick, so I don't care. Steve, how'd you like it?
Well, I mean, you guys haven't touched on it yet, but Cincinnati, not a food town. Everything I ate was completely mid. The most mid shit you ever eat. And, like, regular stuff. I'm not talking about, like, you went for some. I'm just talking about the average thing you order is, like, this is underwhelming. Like, this would be better at home, at any restaurant I hit in Chicago, anywhere, any diner or whatever. The shit would be better than it is. So, not much of a food town. The casino was in a weird location, Treasy. It was all by itself. We walked after we had breakfast, and we get there, and it's like near some government buildings. There's no one around. Now, the casino had a bunch of people in it gambling, but you didn't really even know where they came from. Like, there's nothing in the area that would lead you to believe there were people inside of this place. It was very bizarre. The Hard Rock's big, and I liked it. Decent casino. We didn't win any damn money. But, you know, that was fine. What I really liked about it, convenience of the stadium, getting in and out like you guys were talking about. Plus, they have a plaza right there, right outside the stadium. Right across the street, they got open container. There's about 4 or 5 bars there, and you could walk up to a line outside the bar and get a drink. They got tubs outside there, so you don't even got to go in the bar, grab a drink. And the first day, I think it was the tavern we were at was Holy Grail, had a lot of open areas even inside the bar. We just gobbled up a huge area. We just, 50 of us or 60 of us or however many of us were there, we just were like an amoeba, and we just rolled over and we covered a whole area, and it was nice. You didn't need to get a bunch of tables. It was just like, hey, everyone just show up, and we'll use our huge girth, because we are our thick crowd in general, and we will take over some space. So I really like that. As an out-of-town spot, love it, especially for the short commute. You guys drove. I flew. I saw him in the comments. I saw my man, Dan Reyes. Mrs. Beef and I are at the airport. We're at Midway. We're grabbing a bite, and someone's like, hey, bro, what's up? Coming up from behind me, Dan Reyes. He came by on his break, and he's like, we're bullshitting for like 20 minutes. The people near us are looking like, how do they know this guy? Like, this guy's working here. How the fuck they know this dude? You know, it's like, so it's good to see Dan. But, yeah, it's so short and easy to get there, convenient. I mean, you get home, and it's like, it was the afternoon. Like, we had a whole day left over on the day we traveled, which is amazing.
Yeah, but you didn't get to go to Cracker Barrel. You son of a bitch. That was delicious.
What's crazy is Cracker Barrel was by far the best food we had the entire weekend.
Pretty much.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
I will say that first bar, Holy Grail, right? Was it Holy Grail?
Holy Grail.
They had a club sandwich, and then I had some onion, I think it was onion rings with it, that were just great. Though that was good. The second time, like I really tested fate, and I ordered a chicken breast sandwich at the next place. And I normally don't order chicken breast sandwiches because if they undercook them, there's a good chance that I'm going to get sick and throw up. And I was like, I can't let you guys win the fucking puke stuff. So I tested fate, but I still won. So I was very proud of myself. Cincinnati, if the outfield felt like a small ballpark, and then you looked behind home plate and they had like the huge, where they went up forever and all that stuff. But it felt nice. Like where we were at, I was like, we could be in fucking Clinton, Iowa for all I know, watching these teams play. You're right there. The Percy team are right there. Fuck Jason or Andrew Benintendi for not even throwing us a ball, even though there's 87 White Sox fans sitting there. He's like, well, I'm not going to give one to you, you fucking dicks.
He couldn't throw that far.
I guess not. I guess not.
Let's talk a little bit about the baseball we saw there. Give me one keen observation that you had from the Cincinnati weekend. And I'll start with you. What's one keen observation that you had of the team?
That sounds good, Treasy. It's perfect timing because my notes did come back here in Evernote, so it's great. I was going to tell you guys that my keen observation is watching Andrew Benintendi play left field gave me the clap, but I'm not going to use that one. I'll leave that one. We'll see if that bears itself out. But he was a disaster when we were watching him up close. It's like, wow, man, this guy is really struggling. No, my keen observation from that series was when the White Sox, bad team A, play the Reds, bad team B. But bad team B does not know about our ways of being bad. We can win in those situations. We're a higher grade of bad team. And you watch the stupid things both teams do, but because they don't know our weak spots, our stupid stuff goes on without, much of a concern. Andrew Benintendi was a disaster in left field. Things were falling in front of him all over the place. But in that first game, the Reds managed to be dumb, pitched to Luis Robert when they shouldn't late in the game, and then they get doubled off first by Luis Robert late in the game. You let Luis Robert beat you in back-to-back innings because you're stupid. And it was impressive to watch how stupid they were. And then on Sunday when the Sox won, we weren't at the game. But even when they trashed them, we were still bad in our own special way, like Michael Kopech giving up 4 fucking home runs.
Oh, my God.
But my thought is when we face a bad team that knows our weak spots, that's when we struggle. But we face a bad team that we're the out-of-town friend. They don't know we're a loser coming from somewhere else. They're like, oh, this person's pretty cool, but really you're a huge loser? We got a good shot at winning. That's kind of what I've realized about this White Sox team.
This guy's cool.
Cheers,
got all the
Brian. He says,
thanks, Brian.
Skyline chili dog was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten.
Dude.
Yeah, bad
so
food
not only did he said that, and I heard that, but then I watched Burke come back with a piece of Los Angeles pizza and a Skyline Roses. Okay, whatever. And with the Skyline chili dog, Tony, and he put it inside the fucking pizza, and then they wrapped it, and then they ate it. And
thank you.
He was just going for it. He's like, oh, this is called a chili up in here or some I don't know what the fuck he was calling it, right? And Dougie goes, dude, why would you put mid on top of mid? It's like a mid sandwich. This is weird. Does it taste better or what? I mean, what's going on here? And I was like, I don't know.
That is a mid sandwich there. Timothy Meyer says, Beef is describing the phenomenon that all dorky guys experience when they go to college. That's what it felt like, Tim. I'll be honest with you. It felt like when we went there, it's like, wow, this is fresh and new. And we'll whoop your ass when you don't know we're the losers too,
MSS, what was one keen observation you had?
I mean, I was really bummed out when we were in the car driving back because Teresi and Quernsey drove me home, which was nice. A little change of pace. I got to hang out with 4 different people in car rides, which was good. But I was depressed because we were missing the offensive blast. Initially, I was like, oh, no. I talked to Michael Kopech, and they're just fucking slaying him right now. Like, I mushed him, you know? And then the Sox decided, hey, listen, we can turn this on and just destroy this team. And they did. And that was one of the things where you're just kind of like, it was a little frustrating. Even though they're winning and you're happy for them to continue to do that, you're like, why can't you do this tomorrow? Why couldn't you have done this yesterday? Why can't you just manufacture a run? You know, and like my dad was texting me and he's like, can we save some of these? Can we bank them? Like, you know, vacation days, like, and just have them for later? Because it's incredibly frustrating to know that talent is there and you can see glimmers of it. And then it just can't be brought to the surface like when they were supposed to, when they need to. And that was incredibly frustrating to do it. Off the field, it's just fun to be around people in a different city and like hang out with like folks and like, you know, experience some stuff. I get why people like to go and do these things, and like it's fun, you know, like I like going and seeing a different place and getting drunk in a different like zip code. It's pretty dope.
MSS, I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm always honest with you.
You pretty much are.
Had the offense not shown up on Sunday and Michael Kopech just had a terrible game and lost,
Yeah.
me and Quernsey were going to leave you at a rest stop.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That was the plan. Luckily, the offense came through. You're home. So
All right. That's awesome.
congratulations to you on getting home.
I would have found you.
You have to hitchhike.
I would have chased you down like T2.
You got a nice mouth. You would have been just fine hitchhiking.
Teresi, what
Show
was
those cheeks
one,
a little bit.
What was one keen observation that you had from the Cincinnati weekend?
So I'll give you 2 because Beef touched on one already, which is Andrew Benintendi, not a good outfielder.
Not good.
Like, and the reason I say this, and the reason that I don't notice this when I'm watching much from right field and not getting a good look, or watching on TV, is like we were pretty close to him, and so the bat comes off the ball, our eyes are locked on him. Terrible jump every time. Like, awful jump. And so I think, you know, you as a fan who've been watching the White Sox, there are plenty of balls that, like, come off the bat, you look at it like, oh, that's a fly ball, and he's catching it on one hop. It's just bad jumps. Like, confirmed. It's bad jumps.
Yes, it is.
That was something that I was just like, me and Beef were sitting next to each other, and we were just kind of like, you're seeing this, right? Like, I know I've had 100 drinks, but like, this looks bad, right? And we were just kind of both on the same page of like, it looks like he's just not seeing the ball well off the bat. And I don't know, like, I'd like to talk to like some Red Sox fans and maybe some Royals fans and find out, like, is this something you saw like while you watched Andrew Benintendi like play? And like, cause it felt bad. It looked and felt bad. So I'm a little concerned there because, like, if he's not that good in the field, and we know he's not hitting well,
Right.
what is he?
What would you say you do here?
Exactly.
Well, and he's also, Teresi, he's juxtaposed right next to Luis Robert,
Who's
always
incredible.
gets a good jump, who is always in the right position. Like I've said a million times, and I don't know if the it's gotten through, but on defense, he has a supremely high baseball IQ. He is always in the best possible spot to get to a ball. He doesn't always make the great play. A lot of times he does, but he is always like seemingly in the right spot. And I don't know if that's just like, innate understanding. If he like watches, okay, here's the maps of where these guys hit. If he gets an exceptional drunk or a combination of all of it. But watching him play right next to Benintendi and watching Benintendi just like, and like MSS is right. He would take a step the wrong direction and have to correct. And it's like, what the hell? Like, what is this out here? You know?
I thought he was doing, what do the kids do? Where they walk down the line and they're doing like the gritty. I thought he was like doing the gritty dance. You know, I'm like, no, wrong. Oh, there he goes.
Man,
he's got it.
If you think people would pay money to watch you talk for 5 minutes, I can't imagine when we get people to pay to watch you do the gritty.
Do the
But
gritty.
Dougie, cheers. He said, dumbest
cheers,
thing about
Dougie.
the park was only being able to buy 2 drinks per transaction, regardless of how many people you have. Doug, yes. I think you and I were both angry about this, like 4 feet away from each other. Like we were at 2 separate registers being mad about this same thing.
Yes. I was with B Webb, and I was like, "Hey, he's with me. I'm just getting 3." And he's like, "Okay, well, you got to ring it up twice." And I was like, "What? Why?" Like,
2
he's
tips,
like,
maybe.
Is this what? No, he only got 1. He only got the 1 tip, and I
Oh,
asked him,
MSS, you didn't get more than 1.
Wow.
no, he got 1 tip. He got $3 on the 1.
How dare you.
And then I just threw it right in there. So, I like
my other
Gordo's got a
observation-
hundo.
Gordo's
Oh,
got
my
on
God.
the gritty. We'll put a pin on that. Treasy,
We'll
let's
do
hear your
that.
other other observation here.
Bring
You're-
cash.
Missy's next oat check is for the gritty. So
And
my other
aloha, just tip
observation,
20.
and I think this is maybe an obvious observation, but this is a guy I was a little bit down on in a blog before the season because I was looking at second basemen and how they might be affected by the non-shift. And this guy did boot one while we were there, but Jonathan India probably would have been a very, very good pick in comparison to Nick Madrigal.
Yeah.
So, like, I watched that guy play, and I'm like, you know what? The fielding is not tremendous, but he can hit, and like, we could totally use a guy like Jonathan India, like that. I mean, that would have been
God.
such a better pick. I just enjoyed watching him play. There was, it's the second, like I said, the second base play doesn't look great, but like all around,
Give me a minute.
I like a guy like that.
Yeah.
I agree, Treasy, and it's like I hate it when it's up in your face like that. See, we make these comparisons like, oh, we should have drafted this guy, or whatever, but they're far away. We don't see him play all the time.
When it's
whatever.
right there,
when it's
when
right
the guy's
there,
hitting a home run off your team.
Exactly. He's smashing your guys. You're like,
And,
shit,
like,
we could have had that guy.
Like when so many people in the stadium have India jerseys on.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah,
It
he's
was-
great. He's great. Like, we really enjoy him. We enjoy
Yeah.
watching this guy play baseball. It's like, whoa, what is that like?
I think there was a
Second
giveaway
base?
jersey though too that they were all wearing because I was like, there's a lot of India jerseys here. Like
One guy's was hand knitted.
okay.
It was a knit sweater. It was
From his
75 degrees.
grandmama.
He was wearing a knit Jonathan India sweater. No. I'm just- we got a couple drinks here.
By the way, yes. go
MSS is going to do the gritty for $20 for Aloha, Mr. Hand. We'll see. That
okay,
maybe
yeah.
goes into the $100 pool.
Cheers, Mr. Hand.
ahead. No, don't say that. You said that. No, don't say that.
Jerry O'Sullivan's got $10 on it.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
see MSS do the gritty. Man,
Not tonight.
they're
boys.
thirsty for it, baby.
They are thirsty.
Well, it's going to have to be at the park this weekend.
He's got to learn it. We got to. I
right.
don't even know if he knows
I
it.
think I know it. I think it's like you're like throwing dice and walking. And
He
shit.
thinks he knows it already. Look how
know.
confident he is. I love this.
We had
got a little
4
nephew.
drinks. We have 4 drinks in MSS on
He's
Saturday.
doing it.
We got
little
it.
scuzz bucket.
He's doing it,
little
spraining
nephew.
his ankle in the process. I can't wait.
Oh no.
He's going to do it with 45 Eloy bobbleheads. He's going to be walking on.
He's going to dance, and he's going to trip over Wally dancing. That's it.
Treasy, before we leave the Cincinnati thing, and just cause, oh Jesus Christ, Yump, thank you.
Cheers, Yump. He says
You're
gritty or go
GFI.
fuck yourself.
And this is totally not because we just came from the White Sox had the garage sale while we were gone. The Cincinnati has a fan authentic shop in the stadium. So when you walked in, like you could go there, you could buy your game used jersey. They had like a Joey Votto jersey there for like $1,000. You know, like you could go and get your stuff. They had game used hats. It basically was like our garage sale. They have like team issued hats, game used hats, whatever, $20. Right? And if you go into their team shop, they were $38. So you could get the game used one for $28. You could get a jersey for like under $200, you know, if it's your size or whatever. Like, I want the White Sox to do this so bad, mostly because we're at the park and we could just
I thought
go
we were
and get
pulling
it.
a heist.
No,
I thought you were going.
no.
I thought we were going
I
back
just-
to Cincy.
I thought about that. Not to
I
cut
think
you off,
it's good.
MSS, because I don't care
Yeah.
about this jersey stuff. I was
I know
thinking
you
about this, Treasy, because we always go on these trips, right? And we got the same cast of characters. And I was thinking, we could pull off a heist. I don't know if we'd be more like Ocean's 11.
Now I know where.
Or if we're
going.
Lufthansa
I like
heist, or if we're more like, we're probably closer to Tower heist than anything. I think our
man.
group right there,
It's,
you know,
it's not Lufthansa because
No.
that was an inside job. We don't got anyone. Well, maybe we got.
We could
maybe
find
in Minnesota. That
Could probably
usher.
find somebody.
You never
That
know.
usher
We'll
helps.
work somebody.
That's true.
We'll steal
MSS knows
all
how to
the-
grease a palm. We'll get that taken
I
care
know
of.
how to do that.
We'll steal
And I
all
do
the
tip,
terrible beers.
By the
from
way,
Minnesota.
Alexis, I tipped the guy. I didn't tip him twice. I
take
tipped
it
him
easy.
$3 the first round. I did not tip him for the second one. Like, why would I tip him twice? I just tipped him one time. It's the same fucking thing. God damn it. Fucking people are mean to me. Why is people so mean to me?
I don't
Anyway.
know. I don't know my Sox.
We
I
can
don't know
move
why
on.
they're like
I just
that
want
to
to.
you.
I want an authentic
You want-
story in
want
goddamn White Sox talk.
You want some more White Sox talk?
Jesus
Get
Christ!
some more White Sox talk.
Everyone's thirsting for it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. That one.
After Cincinnati, they went to Kansas City, and that was horrible.
Oh my god!
Just horrible. So, guys, what part of that terrible series hurt you the most? And my Sox Summer, I'm going to start with you because I feel like you're ready to talk a little bit more.
The biggest thing watching the game on Monday was like, you motherfuckers just put up a huge number, a huge slanted number on Sunday, and you can't even get a goddamn hit. Like, and we kind of were expecting that, right? Like, we were like, yeah, you know, they're probably going to have a bad game on Monday, but you know, it continued. It continued not on Tuesday, but on Wednesday and Thursday, and it's just, it's so frustrating to see a team that can get it together in bursts, but will not be able to get it together when they need it. And it's just continue. It just grinds my gears, man. It's like it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating to watch this team, especially against the fucking Royals, who suck. Like, they're not good. We did the playback, and they're throwing the same pitcher. I think he had 187 pitches, and they're still throwing him. You know, and it's like, okay, they're going to lose this one, but we're going to win all the other ones. You know, and it's like, God, just fucking come on, do something, please. I don't know. It's just very frustrating to watch because you know it's there, and they just can't fucking figure it out. They can't figure it out, and it pisses me off.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Nathan.
Nathan, thank
Thanks.
you.
Said I'm throwing $10 in for the MSS group show. Not that I know what a group show is.
Hello.
Man, I do know what the group show is, Sarah.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Well,
Shout
MSS,
out
I think
MFC.
you know you're maybe a little bit along the same lines as what was bothering me in this series is. So, like, I think we knew going into the season that there were a lot of question marks across the team, but especially in the starting pitching, right? Like, so I wasn't like expecting the pitching to be great. We knew without Liam we were gonna have, and without Crochet we were gonna have an iffy bullpen. Like, all that kind of stuff was already in my mind. But what I thought when I looked at this team was like, you know what, this team's supposed to hit,
They're gonna match,
right?
Yeah.
And this team has failed to do so.
They can't. Do
And it was against good teams, though, right? Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm remembering previous Sox years. Like, remember when the Sox, even when the Sox sucked, right? And it was like, but there's a lefty on the mound, and you're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna hit the ball tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And so, like, this series coming in, looking at the pitchers that we're gonna throw, you're looking at guys who have issues with command, who throw slow fastballs. Greinke throws a super slow curveball at this point that has
Yep.
been getting whacked around. Like, all of the signs of, like, this pitching staff just lines up so perfectly for a Sox team that is struggling to hit. But these should be the pitchers that they really get to. To see them fail at that was like the biggest punch in the stomach to me, because it's like these, like, we have a bunch of guys that can't put the ball in the air. We just, like, and even against the easiest situation
Yep.
to do so, a guy throwing like an 87 mile per hour fastball, like, good God, like
Smash that thing.
you should
What the
be
hell?
destroying that, right? Like, if you're the team, if you're even a semblance of the team that you're supposed to be, like, you should be destroying a team like this. It doesn't mean that when a good pitcher comes out, you're going to be okay. But at least against this type of pitcher,
Yes.
you should be able to hit.
Yes.
Terrible relievers coming into the game, and you're like, you can't hit them. And it's just, that's the thing that, like, of all of it, like, okay, it was all bad, right? But the thing that like really affected me and really kind of like made me look at the team and go like, you just can't do it. It's just not there. This team is just failing at being any type of mediocre baseball team, even because they can't do this. This is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
This is where a mid team it has a big win, right? They have a streak going because they sweep a series because all 4 pitchers that go against them can't throw 90 miles per hour.
Right,
And
they hit 8 home runs in the series, and they put up a bunch of runs, and you win a bunch.
You can't even do that.
Treasy, I looked at it before this game. So the first 3 games of the series, the White Sox batted ball profile, they hit 57% ground balls. And right now with the current injuries, boys, we're down to 2 hitters. We have 2 hitters in our lineup. Their names are Andrew Vaughn and Luis Robert. And Luis Robert is streaky as hell. He's like the microwave Vinny Johnson coming off the bench, right? Some games, he's going to light your ass up and he can win the game by himself. In other games, he's going to swing at absolutely everything and strike out 4 fucking times. And so he's going to be frustrating on his own. Those are only your 2 good hitters right now on this current whole thing that you got going on right now. And I think that's part of the reason why you saw it, but also it's just, they're bad. Most half the roster's bad. So, I mean, just adding on to your guys' point, not getting to mine quite yet, but
I don't
real quick
know.
before we get to yours. We got cheers, Dan. Yeah, the Pacifico is going down
Cheers,
smooth,
Dan.
man. It's beautiful.
Dan, cheers, Dan.
I don't think they're a cohesive unit. They don't look like a cohesive unit, you know. And like
More for the gritty from Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
It's for motivation, is what he's saying. I kind of like that.
We're gonna sneak him in the locker room.
It's scary. But yeah, go ahead. Let's get Dale up there too.
Oh yeah,
Put Dale up there.
Cheers, Dale.
Case for rebuild 2.0.
This is almost 3.0 now. I mean, because they kind of had a little quasi.
They should have gone balls deep on those guys.
Couldn't agree more.
Dale, I was just talking about a new location to loaf this morning of stuff that we do for resale. I will let you know after I go the next time if you can go there. Because I want to make sure
the new honey pot.
I'm going to get the good
clear it
stuff
out
first and then let you go.
Clear it up.
He told me this morning, Treasy, we're running the hills or whatever. I made sure not to tweet even anything about him telling me, not even where it was or anything. Just like, I ain't going to say nothing about this.
I gave you the cross tweets and everything.
I didn't say nothing. I'm tweeting nothing. I don't know nothing, right? That's how I do.
It's a fun time. Trust me. I will let you know, though, Dale.
Hey, Beef,
Yeah.
tell me how the White Sox hurt you.
Bro, the White Sox hurt me because you see the fire burning everywhere, right? And we only have a certain amount of like exits to possibly get out. And in the middle of this series, we ran straight for the Lance Lynn exit. And that thing was jammed up and blocked, and we ended up getting burned to death, okay? When you look at this team, what are the ways out of this? What are the upside potentials? And Lance Lynn, in theory, should be one of them. He should be able to get his act back together. But he got destroyed by this Royals team. Just lit up. Like, earlier in the series, Dylan Cease was not good. But it was a different kind of not good that left you still in the game, and it was just Grifol kind of goofing up, not taking out soon enough, and then throwing the exact worst reliever in there to let the game get blown wide open, okay? Lynn did all that stuff on his own. He is just atrocious at this point. I put up a poll on FromThe108 Twitter account asking, who would you like to make Lance Lynn's next start, him or somebody else? You know why I put somebody else, Treasy? I haven't the faintest clue who they would even bring up at this point because Davis Martin's hurt. They don't have anyone else. There is no, but exactly, MSS, there's no who.
Madison Bumgarner. You'd have to pick him up. You'd have to pick him up and start him. And I think people would go for that. I think people
were
would
interested.
interested.
More people voted for someone else than Lance Lynn. I'll just put it that way.
Beef, the rock bottom of that Lance Lynn experience was the walk to Nate Eaton.
Yes.
Yes. That was the second.
Yes.
The second time. Take this in, everybody. Take this in for a moment. That was the second time that player got on base this year. This year. He's batting .031.
Yeah.
His OBP was .031.
It's first walk.
Second time all year got on base. Unbelievable that you couldn't get that guy out.
And there's nothing you can do because we're painted in the spot, right? he has to be better, or he's not going to be better. But we're going to be watching him pitch regardless. He's going to be, unless he gets hurt or something, we're going to watch him pitch. The thought crossed my mind. You know, the stupid comment by Stoney about he should eat a salad? Boys, remember we had the discussion when we did the live show at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It was the three of us and Josh Nelson. We had a discussion about how fat we thought Lance Lynn could get and still be good. And I said 400 pounds. I want him to go up to 400 pounds. And let's see it. Yeah, what do we have to lose, MSS? We got anything to lose here?
What if the weight gets, because we talked about this, what if the weight just gives him some extra torque and he could throw 95 miles, 99 miles per hour?
Mass equals gas. That's what he used to say.
Dude.
Let's try it, baby.
He gets big and he throws 95. I'm definitely doing the gritty. I'll do the gritty right now on the right landing
You know what?
stairs.
97 and you gritty. 97 and you gritty.
He gets a 97.
I'll do the gritty and eat a salad. Yep. I'll do both.
I mean, do you guys want to keep talking about KC, or do you want to talk about some shrimp?
Get the fuck out of here with your Dane Dunning talk. Come on.
Shrimp me, please.
Shrimp meal? Is it time to pay some bills? It's okay.
It is.
Here we go.
As the team and weather warms, isn't it about time for you to make that trip to 35th and Shields to see your favorite team play some ball? Of course it is. And when you start planning that trip, number one on the list of places to stop should be Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. Located less than 2 miles from Guaranteed Rate Field, Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp on Canal is open 24 hours a day to serve you, the hungry Sox fan. And what's better to munch on than their famous fried shrimp? You can get a freshly fried half or full pound of shrimp as that pre or post game snack. And don't forget, you can make it a combo for only $5 more. Don't sleep on the fries, folks. They rock. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp have 4 locations: 2120 Canal Street and 3242 West 87th Street in Chicago, 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside, and 3248 Volmer Road in Olympia Fields. Visit them online at chicagoshrimp.com to see their menus and to place an order. Give them a follow on their Twitter at Lawrence's Shrimp. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, Chicago's favorite shrimp house since 1950.
Yes. And hey, guys and girls and everybody, this weekend is Mother's Day. You got your mom, you know, she loves fried food, right? She loves fried shrimp. Who doesn't? Yeah. Everyone's got to love that shit. So, hey, I'm going to have a gift card, maybe several gift cards for Lawrence's Fresh and Shrimp in my pocket Friday and Saturday. Maybe I'm going to give you one. You might have to find out. You'll find out. I got some stuff to give away. We got more merch. Thanks to everybody that ordered the koozie. A bunch of people are going to get some more Lawrence merch because our girl over there, Kelly, sent us a bunch of stuff. I got like bags. I got hats. I got a fucking bandana. You can be like me. Put the Lawrence's bandana in your pocket and walk around the park. People think you're in the fish gang. You love fried fish and fried shrimp. You know, so. It's good stuff. It goes right with your Sox stuff. But, yeah, so get ready this weekend. It's going to be fun. So if you're not coming out to see the Sox, at least come out. Maybe win a fucking $50 gift card from Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. So we'll see.
Timothy Maher says the shrimp look like donuts.
Is that a problem?
Guess what? These shrimp better than donuts, all right? Much better than donuts.
Way better.
Way better than any donut you've ever fucking
Actually,
eaten. Okay?
I would eat a shrimp donut.
I'd eat a shrimp donut.
If Lawrence's makes a shrimp donut, we get a cut, I think. We're in on this, right?
Listen,
we're absolutely in. And also, the people...
Coat it like a churro.
that's an idea. You sell that in the ballpark. The people are in on Lanson getting fat. So Jerry O'Sullivan says he knows to go full Bartolo. And Alex Lopez says she's in. What the fuck does he have to lose? And Dougie Freshness says 400 pounds. Definitely produce some unwanted mud butt. It could be helpful. We don't know.
The
we don't know if that helps the
Lopez
pitching or not.
pants shitting game was fantastic. All right, he looked great.
14 strikeouts, my friend. That's what you do when you poop in your pants.
I also, you know, for those pitching the Dane Dunning thing, and that Dane Dunning is having a great year. He's been mostly a reliever. Now that they've moved him back to being a starter, the wheels are going to fall off. So just enjoy that ride.
Good luck.
Did you go check that out?
What's that?
Did you go look that up real quick?
I knew he was doing good as a reliever, and so I looked and he's the last 2 games he started and he went 5 and 6 innings. It looked good. Okay, but it's not gonna last. It's rare that we do this, but we're going right back into some more
baseball talk. The mad ball,
sort of, baseball talk.
The Astros are in town this weekend, and so Jose Abreu's coming home to Chicago. So we'll get to see him in the park. We're
coming home to roost.
When we think about this, though, if you were to give Jose Abreu a gift, a welcome back gift, we haven't seen you in a while. Here's a gift. What is the gift that you would get him?
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, wow. And my sock summer, I will start with you.
So, this is in depth. Okay, so get ready for this. I got to break out the notes. But I'm not sure exactly what he's going to get from a gift, but no doubt it will be handcrafted by Ron Kittle. It might be a giant bat. It might be a flag made of baseballs or baseball bats or the benches that he is so famous for. Ron Kittle uses baseball bats and then bases that go for like your butt cushions and then bats that are like put in to make these little benches. If you go to Scout Seats, you'll see one. But no doubt that is what he is going to do. So Ron Kittle will handcraft that. He will also deliver the gift to Jose Abreu on the field. And Jerry will definitely probably put a donation into Jose Abreu's fund. You know, he's got the Abreu's Amigos, I still think is kicking down there in Houston, and probably some cigars because Jose Abreu loves cigars. But the biggest thing is Ron Kittle's going to make some monstrosity out of wood and give it to Jose Abreu. And Jose Abreu is going to be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this.
Ron Kittle's wood is your answer.
Ron Kittle's wood monstrosity. I think it's the full answer.
Made out of wood, yes. Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Hello.
Did I just do that?
Bringing it back. Hello.
Beef, what are you giving him as a gift?
You know, boys, our guy, Jose, we love Jose Abreu. I wrote an article, a blog, if you will, that kind of put me on the map with White Sox fans, saying that his last contract was going to be great. It absolutely was. He won an MVP. But right now, Jose Abreu is really struggling worse than he's ever struggled before. We're used to April Abreu.
Yeah.
Right now, he has a negative 0.9 F4. He has no home runs so far, but even his heat map, I'm going to pull it up on the board, is like all blues on Baseball Savant. He's not even hitting the ball hard. It's not even the bad luck. Oh, this just didn't go right for Jose Abreu type April we're used to seeing, where he doesn't quite have the numbers and White Sox fans are kind of yelling about him. No, there's something about he's not able to hit the ball as long and hard as he used to be able to. So I think what we got to get him is the only gift that could possibly be given. And I'll get Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas to show up. We're going to get him Nugenics because he needs to hit longer and harder, right? He's a man of a certain age. He's getting up there. They're saying he's washed. And his wife will love it too. So I think Nugenics is such an obvious gift for this man. I don't know. Tracy, I don't know about you.
I love that Beef is like, he came up to me. He told me he can't get hard. He told me he can't get hard anymore.
Dude.
What percentage of MLB players are juicing their main bat? What do you think? 30%, Tracy?
Christ.
So Beef, I would say. So what we do
Probably
know, what we do know, because I study this because I'm pro PED, right? You know,
Yes,
and we
you
know
are.
that roughly, like near 10%. I think it might be it balances between 7 and 10% of Major League Baseball players are diagnosed with ADHD, meaning they can take Adderall. Which, yes, in case any of you in the comments who have taken Adderall, that's an advantage. So
Yeah.
That always blows my mind. So I'm like, what do the other 90 to 93% take? Nugenics. So I would say 90% of MLB players are on Nugenics right now. So add him to the list.
Absolutely.
That picture, Dougie, you're correct.
Is he having a stroke in that picture?
Put that
Here's what I
picture
do
back.
sometimes.
Look at that guy.
He's having
What it is I just picked the picture I find fastest, and when I loaded it in here, I'm like, man, that's blurry. It looks terrible. But I love it because you guys will hate it. That's the reason why I
Oh,
like
no,
it.
I don't
fine
hate
with
it.
me.
I almost had a heart attack laughing at it.
When Dougie said he's having a stroke, all I could think is Clarence Carter stroking playing in the background. Stroke? Yeah, he's having a stroke.
Yeah, that's right. That's what that commercial's about, friends.
Oh, baby.
Tracy, what are you going to get Jose Abreu for welcome back gift, my friend?
You guys know me. I'm a dessert guy. I'm a big dessert guy. And nowadays, like if you watch these TV shows, they can make literally anything into a cake, right? Like they get like and so
Yeah.
what is he famous for other than baseball? And there's only one thing. It's the fake Haitian passport. So
Yep.
like a big fake
Eating his
Haitian
passport.
passport that the whole team gets to eat. They all eat the passport together.
Yes.
Amazing.
He said that they're like a family over there in Houston. So like the family's going to get together for a nice cake together with Jose Abreu. Maybe they invite some of the White Sox players too. Just really, really bond together and eat his fake passport.
Come
all
shout
together.
out on my passport. That's a good one. That's a
That's
really
a great
good
one. I love that idea.
Yeah.
You think there's a couple slivers they could send out in the crowd? Maybe out to a certain section down the right field line.
man.
I'd love to have a taste of that cake.
I would love.
I mean, now
Read
look,
Jose's passport.
I would just
Is
take a middle piece that didn't even have frosting. I don't care. I just want to be part of it. I want to be part of it.
we're not talking about the most important thing though, because Jerry would cheap out. It'd be that whipped cream frosting, not the bullshit butter, not the buttercream. I need to have good fucking
It's
frosting.
got to be buttercream.
I can't
agree
have
with
that bullshit. That whipped.
It's the-
fucking.
yeah.
No,
No,
MSS.
no,
Do we got to
I'm
wash
with
it
you.
down? What did he wash it down with on the plane? Heineken? Is that what he had to wash it
yeah.
when he ate the passport?
Yeah,
so we got to
sure.
all have Heinekens with that. I think it's the only way to
Everyone
eat
loves
that cake.
Heineken, especially when you're on a plane and eating passports.
There's nothing like cake and Heineken. That's what a combination.
Heineken. Fuck that shit.
one of my
Have
favorite
ribbon
ones.
in your passport.
Oh yes, MSS coming with the
God
blue velvet.
damn it.
Two weeks in a row with David
2 weeks
Lynch.
in a row. 2 weeks in a row. Great movie, by the way. Yeah,
That is
movie.
great. Blue Velvet
obsessed.
is a great movie.
Yep.
All right. I got one more thing for you guys. I want to talk about, and this is still on the Houston series. But I want you to, we're all music guys. Me and MSS had a great ride home of just all '90s rock. Man, we
did.
we were jamming. We had about 47 Veruca Salt songs in there because
There was.
it's Spotify playing off my algorithm, so it's like this guy loves fucking Veruca Salt, and he's not even the guy in the car that made out with Louise Post.
Exactly.
Yes.
What a fucking time at Otto's, folks.
But on
Otto's
the
and DeKalb.
we'll tell that story another day. On the music part, I want you to describe what you think is going to happen in this upcoming series via a music video.
Right.
And Beef, I'll start with you.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to go with 99 Problems by Jay-Z. But before I get into rationale, MSS.
Yes.
Does Jay-Z owe Ice-T some props, some money for that line, for the lyric? I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one? Because I've heard some things that Ice-T claims that was his first before Ice-T decided, or before Jay-Z started to use it.
I think he did, but then he re-recorded that same song.
Okay.
And because he recorded it after with body count, and it's a much more crude song, and there's a lot of like talk from Ice-T back in the day about the ladies. So great listen. I would recommend it to anybody. But yeah, no, definitely. Ice-T's an OG, and I think Ice-T's probably got enough money. He's like, I'll let Jay-Z have some money. That's cool, But yeah, no, Ice definitely had that first, and then then Jay-Z and Rick Rubin like turned it into that song, which is just, I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs ever. 99 Problems with a Bitch Ain't One, because I've never had that problem. But yeah, it's great.
Unbelievably, my song has been picked already in the comments, but I'm still gonna go. I got a lot more.
Are you serious?
Stay tight. Stay with it. Don't worry about it. If they pick comments. So
man.
my rationale is this: you're in the neighborhood. There's some setbacks.
Okay.
There's some things going good or whatever. But at the end of the series, you end up getting gunned down. And I was thinking about it. A lot of White Sox fans would rather get gunned down than watch the remainder of the season here with the White Sox. But I think that the Sox, the Astros are missing the majority of their good pitching. We're not going to run into Framber Valdez, so that's good. So I think the Astros ain't hitting either. So my thought is the White Sox going to win 2 out of 3, and they'll lose on Sunday when they run into Hunter Brown. That's us getting all shot up out there. But I'll be honest, if I was going to do the whole season, I would do Southern California by Wax. I think that would be a perfect one for the entire year.
So the guy running down the street on fire. That is one of my favorite videos of all time. That's a Spike Jones. That's like one of the first Spike Jones videos that came out. And like I remember seeing that, and I was like, I really don't give a shit about this song, but I will watch this video every time it's on. I think I ordered it on the box 42 times.
Well, at the end, he gets into the bus, right? He runs into the bus.
Yes, the best part of that is like he checks the watch while he's running, and then like the end of the thing is like he just like he turns the corner and the bus is there, and he's like, wait for me, and he gets on the bus.
That's ridiculous.
Right on.
That shit happens in California all the time.
All the time. I don't know if you guys know, but I used to live out west, and I saw that, man, multiple times.
I'm sure about that.
Ooh, just burped a little bit. Gross. I am not high right now. I wish I was, but
MSS, what's your video?
Yeah. So it's a classic, and there's a lot of heady things going on in this video. And when I explain it to you, you guys will get it. But it's Vince Neil's classic, You're Invited, But Your Friend Can't Come, from the 90s classic film Encino Man, and it was on the soundtrack. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Brendan Fraser's first Oscar.
Pretty much. Right?
Hello.
So for the Sox, I think the Sox, I'm agreeing with Loaf. I think we're going to go 2 for 1. We can't get that series sweep, right? You're invited, but your friend can't come, right? We just won't be able to get it. And I feel like we're probably going to lose on Sunday because we're just going to get, like fucking dick teased until Tuesday or until Tuesday. God damn it. Till Sunday, and then it's just going to fall apart out of us right in front of us on Mother's Day of all days. I don't know if everyone knows, but like Vince Neil used to be in fucking Motley Crue, for Christ's sake, right? And he was like in one of those great rock bands, and then he gets kicked out, and he becomes the solo artist, and he has this hit for Encino Man, but it's still not Motley Crue. So like you're happy that Vince Neil's doing good, but you're like, this is not really what I want to hear Vince Neil do, and I don't need to see Pauly Shore and Brendan Fraser and the guy that played Rudy, like running around in a video, which is just kind of like
The
I
guy
don't really
that will
need
play
to
Rudy.
see Hanser Alberto.
Eventually he's going to play Rudy. Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to see, Romy Gonzalez. I don't need to see all these other people just running around. Like it's just not fun.
Romy Gonzalez is Pauly Shore in this analogy, right?
I need
I think that's what it's.
I need to get back to fucking Motley Crue. I need a Motley Crue that you're just like, yes, fucking play Kickstart My Heart. Fuck this bullshit. I know it's making you money, but I don't care. I don't want to be there. I want to see fucking Nikki Sixx play bass. I want to see fucking goddamn Tommy Lee playing the drums.
Did he say
and
Nikki
fucking
Sixx?
Mick Mars.
He did say Nikki Sixx. Nikki
Yeah.
Sixx, motherfucker.
Six? Whatever. Don't matter. Don't matter.
He thought he was right. He thought he was right. He didn't even mess up.
Shout
Nikki
out New
Sixx
Riff.
might be a porn guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably
I'm
is.
going to Google it right now. Let's see.
Anywho, but yes, that's some fun stuff. So that's the song that I would pick. It is "You're Invited, But Your Friend Can't Come" from the Encino Man soundtrack. Teresa, do you have something to
I
add?
think the only thing I would disagree with you on that
Okay. What?
is that I don't recall being happy for Vince Neil when
I don't think anyone was.
solo artist. You're like, we were happy for Vince Neil. I was like, I don't remember being too happy for him. I felt like at that point we had all been like, this is not a good guy.
But I'm sure there's some people that were like, hey, good for him. He's like moved on. He's doing his own thing,
I'm sure Ken W.O. was very excited
He probably
for
was.
his solo career.
I can't wait to see him tweet about this tomorrow. He's like, yeah, that's my guy. And they'll talk shit about Vince Neil.
I wish we
Chorizo.
could be doing a Motley Crue song like Home Sweet Home, but we can't. We can't right now, right? Like so what I
What's it gonna
had
be?
and what was in the comments, like one of the first things in the comments. Well, let's get this drink first. Bardo, we did not talk about De Niro yet. We probably end with that.
I'll do it afterwards. I'll give my thoughts. But thank you, Barrow.
But so it was in the comments, but I had November Rain. And
Oh, nice.
in general, it sounds good. It does sound good. But as we dig into it, we have the following: an insane amount of booze consumed,
Yep.
a few great solo performances, young talent like Ricky Rackman that you expect more out of, but get very little of, unnecessary walks, dumb shit like diving through a cake when it starts raining, and ultimately a doomed team that makes you very sad despite Slash ripping solos till the very end of it.
Oh my
That
God.
is basically what we're gonna see all weekend. And Slash is basically Luis Robert. That's
That's right.
we're gonna get tons of Luis Robert. It's gonna be great, and then everything else is gonna be just a very sad wedding experience.
Who's wearing the questionable wedding dress that Stephanie Seymour was wearing in that video? It was like a mini skirt wedding dress. I mean that.
Well, I mean, she
still burned in
dies
my
of
mind.
rain, so I wouldn't.
It's rain.
I wouldn't count on wearing that. I think that's very dangerous. I don't know
Okay.
why the guy jumps through the cake. I don't know why Ricky Rackman's in the video for a split second, even though Ricky Rackman was huge at the time because of MTV. It was just
bro.
it's just all terrible. And it just feels like the Sox. It just feels like the huge mess that is the White Sox. Oh,
Man.
Another drink. Love it.
Cheers, CJ.
Cheers.
Thank
I
you,
had
CJ.
a couple other videos. Did you guys have any other
No,
videos?
I
No,
don't.
no, go for it, man.
So like I had Just by Radiohead, where everyone just kind of lays down and doesn't do anything. I had Bastards of Young because we're gonna go there and basically nothing's gonna happen. And then, do you remember the Bastards of Young video?
No.
It's a great video. It is just it's a guy sitting in a room, but you can only see like a part of him. You can just see his speaker, and the speaker is just obviously on, and like the woofer's moving. But that's the whole video. Like the whole 3 minutes. And then last I had Scrape by Unsane, where like everybody's just wrecking their balls doing like skateboard accidents.
That sounds about right. That's the fan experience watching a White Sox game.
All of it.
Do you think it's going to be that grim, though? I don't think it's going to be that grim. I think they're going to show out this weekend and again, build like the false floor of a hope.
The fake, where you
the
buy back in
Requiem of a
little bit.
Dream.
Yeah. Again.
When I keep hearing... when I keep hearing Eddie talking about how they're going to do that, and I don't know, I think it's this week, right, that they were going to like drop it, the podcast. I'm just like, they're like, yeah, man, have you ever seen it? And one guys are like, yeah, I watched it, and I'm like, I almost took a date to that movie. I'm glad that did not happen. I'm glad I did
Mrs.
not take
Beef.
a date to Requiem.
Mrs. Beef, Radiohead is not obscure. All right, come on.
That song,
Get her.
is,
Get her, Teresi. Get her. What's wrong with her?
I mean, Unsane is obscure, but that was a hugely popular video.
Let's
know
get
who
back
that
to
is
this
either.
for a second.
All right,
before
yeah,
we,
I want to get
before we
on. I
close
want to
out.
get
So-
on the De Niro. We'll
let's-
get to the
De
thank
Niro.
yous in a minute, but let's get to the
Yeah.
De Niro talk.
Okay, so you guys know the story here. Robert De Niro apparently has fathered another child. He's 79 years old.
Oh, nice.
And so Husky Bardo wanted to hear our thoughts on it. My initial thought, and I told Teresi this, women are disgusting. Why do you fuck 79-year-old Robert De Niro? Why do you fuck a lot of the stuff that you fuck? I think women are absolutely gross after reading the story. It grosses me out that I have ever had sex with a woman after hearing about this because it's disgusting to me.
Sure, Jan.
Okay.
It is to me interesting, right? Like that, like there has to be at least a little bit of interest in banging Robert De Niro out of the person banging him, and that's wild to me. Like, cause I love him. Like, what a great actor. Like, he's in some of my favorite movies of all time, but like banging him, like I don't. I'm out. I'm out on banging De Niro.
I mean, he's 79. He's got to have like kids that are over 40, probably over 50, right? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I mean,
yes.
that's just insane. And they're gonna have a brother that's like 1, and the brother's like their young brother is gonna be like 5 years old when the son's gonna be 5 years old when his dad dies. Like, that's just horrible.
Oldest kid, 52.
52. Jesus Christ. I mean,
Man, like-
that's just insane.
The-
I don't know.
What's crazy is the sex tape is pretty good. Like,
Oh man.
Is that over on spankbang.com or what?
I watched it. It was fine. I think if you watch it, I think you'll appreciate the eroticism that is.
It's like a garbage bag with 2 rubber balls in there floating around. How would you look from the back?
Treasy. How many pillows does he use to prop himself up when he's getting him in there?
Does he have good hips? He's got good hips.
He's standing straight up the whole time. It's insane.
Does he have
He's
one
like
of those
J-Mac.
springboards?
He's like J-Mac.
Does he have one of those springboards that the gymnasts use to like push himself up to keep moving? Is he on the trampoline?
It's obvious that we're just going to thank Beef for that moment. But it is time for thank yous and GFYs. I don't know if I want to talk to Beef ever again. My Suck Summer, who are you giving a thank you to?
I just have a special little thing here. I don't have a big thank you, but this little kid right here sitting right to me is turning 7 tomorrow. And, just because it's her birthday tomorrow, I thought I would throw this up there. Plus, she'll think it's cool, and her friends will think it's cool that she's on the YouTube. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope all of her 7-year-old friends just watched Beef talk about
just
De Niro.
Just this part. We don't have to really get into that. But yeah, no, she's turning 7 tomorrow. She's the girl that made me a father, and she continues to amaze me every day with good things and bad things. And but like she's like my, I want to say, ride or die that I can look at and then give her that look, and she knows, she's like, okay, we're gonna have a good time, or we're in for some shit. So I love my daughter, my oldest daughter, and it's very happy to see how she is maturing and the things that she is accomplishing going into her 7th year of life. So cheers to
that's awesome. Happy birthday. Let's
Happy
have
birthday.
a little drink for that. Happy
little Miss
birthday,
Shortstop. You kick ass every day, and we love you.
Absolutely. Let's put some of these birthdays up there on the board so you can share all those.
Nice.
Baby.
I don't even want to know what Beef is going to follow that with. But Beef, you're up.
Sorry, you should have told me.
Mine's not too bad. I would like to GFY the Bridgeport Auto Body Shop on 35th Street for never calling me back with a goddamn quote on my car. I took my car in one Thursday, Treasy. First off, they don't even have a proper entrance. There's no door to get in there, right? I go there. I call them. I said, yeah, they said come. I look. There's no door when I got out of my car. I'm like, nothing opens here. I go around the alley and try to see if I can get in there. Nothing. Come back around. I call them. They come out. They roll the door up. There's no way to get in there or anything. There's no office. Like, oh, yeah, we'll take a look. The guy takes a look. He writes down some shit. He takes down my number and name or whatever. A few days go by. A week goes by. Nothing. I'm like, all right. I call these people. I call them up. And the woman's like, oh, yeah, he's on his lunch break. Lorenzo's on his lunch break. He'll give you a call right back when he gets back in here. We're 2 weeks now. I have not heard from this guy at all. This totally ghosted me. I don't know exactly why he ghosted me, but all I know is my back mirror or my side mirror has been busted for 9 months. I'm trying to get it fixed, and he has no interest in fixing it. So I don't know what kind of business these people are running, but I hope someone Uncle Billy's their rent money for the way they're treating me.
Is Dale right? Is it the one by Greek Prime?
Yes. It's 907 West 35th Street. Not to totally drag them through the mud, but there's 2 auto body shops over there, so I don't want to get the wrong one. I don't want to give the wrong person
because I've used the one that he's talking about.
I think you got to go to the other one.
Actually, really good.
I got to go to the other one. Yeah, I think that's called Phil's or whatever. I think that's the one I got to go to because the other one they don't want my business apparently. Teresi, not to you, my friend.
Who you GFYing or thinking?
Just a big thank you to everybody that came down to Cincy with us, and a bigger one to Josh Nelson. Guy puts these things together. He does a ton for these. It's impressive. It's slightly annoying when he starts because, man, it's 18 months out, and he's like, guys, we got to get this shit together. And it's like, dude, that is 7 years from now.
That's right.
But he does a tremendous job, and I can't thank him enough. He's just an awesome guy in general, but for this is just, it's fantastic. And we probably wouldn't do these things if he weren't putting them together. So
probably not,
a big thank you to Josh. He's just been tremendous on all of these trips. And so that's all I had. I don't know if you guys have anything else. If not,
no,
I think it might be time to go. But I appreciate everybody joining tonight. I hope everyone had fun. A lot of drinks, and we got to get My Sock Summer to do that gritty this weekend.
I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.